Two significant headlines made their ways across our news feed just today. Their connection does not seem apparent, but they are closely related. One talks about the coming food shortages in meat production that could impact U.S. grocery stores by the end of this week. The other comes from the Pentagon, acknowledging the authenticity of the UFO-related videos released in 2017. What's interesting is that former President Ronald Reagan once made a statement saying,
"We often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us?
We have to ask ourselves, what's going on beyond the coronavirus? Why are we locked in our homes while the world and our infrastructure seemingly falls apart around us? Society is changing, and it's no accident what's happening. Let's take a look at some of the headlines that are coming across our news feed just today. And mind you, over the past few weeks on the Secret Podcast Special Reports, I've been talking about these coming food shortages, most recently 2 weeks ago. Headlines we're seeing today, and I quote, "Grocery stores could see meat shortages by the end of the week. Americans on the cusp of meat shortage. Tyson warns of meat shortages as factories face scrutiny over safety. Groceries could see meat shortages by the end of the week. 2 million chickens will be euthanized at a single plant. Tyson warns of meat shortages. Save your bacon. Largest U.S. meat company warns supply chain is breaking." We are going to experience some significant food shortages. What are going to be the impacts on our society as a result of that? How will that impact us? How will people respond to these food shortages? How are you going to respond? Are you prepared to address these needs that are going to quickly arise before us beyond the lockdown scenario that we're facing? In 2009, I was extremely conflicted over the existence of a small wasp's nest I found on my property. I felt guilty over having to kill these wasps that were there, but I was afraid that these wasps would come out of their nest and sting me and my dogs. Ultimately, I chose to destroy the wasp nest and kill the wasps that were living there at the time peacefully in that nest. In 2014, I explored this experience in my book, I Am Human and We're Not Who We Think We Are. As I wrote, what if I was living in the garden of something more powerful? Would it be fair for this keeper of the garden to terminate my existence simply because of my people's tendency toward violence and destruction? The mere thought of this powerful being trying to kill me ignites a violent defensive instinct in me. I am the wasp, and I am the keeper of the garden. I wonder if we are not alone on this planet. Is our gardener going to be equally as kind to us as I was to the wasp? Or as these meat processing plants are to those 2 million chickens and the many other animals who are currently being euthanized because they can't meet the demand of our current cry for meat? We have to ask ourselves, what is the true currency of our existence here? Who are we, and what is this reality? Lots to think about, my friends. I'm Dennis Nappy II, reminding you, let your intuition be your guide. Thank you.